Bonsoir, mes amis. Here we are, Thursday Night Lights. An absolute banger of a match at the top of Pro de Deux. Well, the top for the visitors there, Colomiers, they're in town. They've travelled from Toulouse and they are second in the table, and they have come to the home of Brive, the Stade Amédée Domenech, which I tell you what, there's 46,000 people live in Brive. On a match day, quite often you will have 1 in 3 people in this stadium cheering on, well, Kerwin Bosch and the rest of the guys that play in black and white, but they have not been performing this year. They are 8th in the Pro de Deux table. They have only 1 win in the last 5 matches. Jamie Shilcock, one of the new faces this year, and it has not gone according to plan for Brive so far. A lot of expectation, the biggest operating budget, and as yet, no results. And this one is going to be pretty spicy because Colomiers play a great attacking brand of rugby. They'll be hurt that they'll be facing up against a bunch of their former players, including their captain from last year, who was prized away from them by Brive. So no lack of motivation for Colomiers. Thank you very much for joining us here on FR UK. This is the only place you can get free to air live rugby in the UK. We're also across Ireland, and fans of John Cooney might well be tuning in to watch him. Let me know in the chat down below. We'll bring in Joe Worsley in a second, but have a look at that starting 15 for Brive. And just to rub it in, Anthony Coletta, former captain of Colomiers last year, is captaining Brive tonight. Courtney Law's alongside him. And yeah, Mathis Galtier, another one of the signings from Colomiers who can have an impact off of the bench. They've got internationals right through their team, and this is the side that's going to be trying to take them on. And a couple of big guns for Colomiers are starting from the bench. I'll come to that in a minute. But Ozachuk, the left winger, 2 tries on his last appearance, and Vincent Pinto was playing for Portugal a week ago. He comes in on the other wing. Colomiers have been pretty good at getting their wide men in the action. Can they this evening? Quite often, Caleb Timu and Ray Nu'u have been the 2 ball-carrying focal points. They both start on the bench in what looks a little bit bomb squaddy from here. Joe Worsley, good evening.
Hello.
Excited about this one, mate?
Yes, I am. I am excited about this one. There's been a moving of the deck chairs at Brive in the last week.
Yeah, tell us a bit about that. So, coaching, politics and changes, and what's been going on?
So, in the summertime, there was a rearranging of the deck chairs. One of the reasons I jumped off the ship. But now there's been such a lack of success. The player group was really disillusioned with what was going on. So, David Derrick, the guy in charge, has been given the flick, and from the cupboard they've brought Pierre-Henri Broncon back to take control of the team again.
Now this should be a cracker. If you are watching, but give the video a little thumbs up. That will help the algorithm gods let as many people know as possible that there is live rugby on a Thursday night. The internationals might have finished, club rugby might be coming back, but this is where we have rugby. I mean, there's 30 rounds of matches, so it's practically every week between September and June, and we're just waiting. I mean, I was wondering how many people would turn out. It looks like a pretty good crowd, considering the fact there's been a moderate snow warning in Brive, and it's around about freezing temperature-wise tonight. Joe, what's it like there in the medieval town of Brive when the wind starts blowing and the rain comes in? I'm loving the final countdown from Europe as their tune. They've been dipping into the 80s. I was listening to some of their music before the game, and they went for a bit of Bonnie Tyler as well in Brive.
Yeah, sorry, don't you hurt? I was just updating on Brive there, the weather. There's a bit of a delay on my action there. Sorry, guys. Yeah, the snow and rain and Bonnie Tyler is a very good combination, making people think of Wales.
Here they come out into the field then. Some pyrotechnics, not as much as we've been used to. It might be the weather that's dampened that a little bit, but the fans are out and they need a win. They don't want a win, they need one. Anthony
Definitely, Brive would be desperate today for this victory.
Important. What? You were a one-club man, Joe. What would it have been like if you'd have signed for Saracens and then had to go back and play for Wasps? How weird would that have been? I'm just wondering what it's like for Anthony Coletta right now.
Yeah, it would be weird. He was in the centre of formation, the academy of Brive when he's really young. Many years ago, he's like 38 years old now. Yeah, but he was at Colomiers. He was an institution there, captain of the club, and now captaining against his old team. But in France, they do tend to play ex-players against their old clubs. It's kind of a motivational tool. The player wants to go out there and give his all against his old teammates.
Well, Colomiers are 4 wins from 5 away from home, which is a pretty phenomenal record in this league in particular. And they kick off, heading from left to right. Goes over the skipper. Oh no, that was Courtney Laws that was almost under it. And we're going to have a scrum straight away, a chance for the big men up front to do their thing. And Marcel van der Merwe on the tight head prop side, he's got a mummified leg. And he'll be looking to put that to good work. He was lifting Courtney Laws, it went over him.
That was a little bit lucky.
Yeah, off of Vincent Pinto, nearly got to it, so it'll be a brief scrum.
Yeah, that was a very good dropout. When they drop in that area just behind that block, it's a nightmare for the guy behind. If it touches the hands of the guy jumping in front of you, it can just go in any direction at the last second. But Pinto will be disappointed that A, he didn't catch that ball, or B, at least let Driddy catch it, and then he could have smashed him, because that could have been a possession for Colomiers in the Brive 22 straight away.
Here we go. Rock solid. George Cooney telling the boys exactly what he wants, but he's had to get rid of that quickly because Colomiers had the second shove. It goes 2 passes out to Kerwin Bosch. Not sure he intended that kick. Controlled and then picked. Alexandre Bory, his opposite number, the fullback for Colomiers. These early moments setting the tone. Like I say, that the ball-carrying threats that Colomiers bring are sat on the bench in the form of Caleb Timu and Ray Nutu. It's going to be interesting to see if that affects the way that they play. Nudge over the top from Theo Giral, who might not have been expecting to start this game a couple of weeks ago. Here he is in the number 10 jersey with Valentin Delpy back at his club Stade Toulousain, and maybe involved this weekend again in the top 14. It's been tapped back, got advantage. Elliot Morel with his first carry. Robin Belmond. Giral out the back, getting through the hands. The conditions maybe a little bit damp, but not affecting the way that Colomiers play. They do play like this, edge to edge, side to side. They let the ball work. Narrow in the carry. They've got numbers stacked up to the left. First entry into the 22. Courtney Laws, another turnover for his tally. And Jamie Shilcock's left boot relieves the pressure.
Courtney. If Courtney put a notch on his bed for every turnover he got this year, he wouldn't have any bed left. It's phenomenal how many steals he gets. But that one was a good quality tackle. The player went straight to deck in front of Courtney Laws. Only one winner in that situation. But
a notch on his bed. Belt, bed, that'll do. Well, let's not talk any more about Courtney Laws' notches on his bed.
Yeah, you just saw that there. As the player fell directly in front of him, Courtney was just on it like lightning. He's so quick. He anticipates what's coming, and he can just rip those balls out of people's hands.
36 years young, still doing it. Quick ball from Colomiers. They just managed to get it back. Driddy. Offload off the deck to Cooney. I don't know how he got that ball away. Kerwin Bosch steps up into the half-back position. Law's busy in these early stages. Cooney, another man in his mid-30s, all that experience. And Leslie Crumble has been on saying, listening, or watching, I should say, along with a load of other Ulster fans, watching John Cooney.
Leslie Crumble. What a great name.
Crimble. Sorry, I said that wrong, but amazing name nonetheless. Very good name. As the kick comes in from Giral. Crossfield high. Shilcock. A deft touch. Almost regathers. Going to get another penalty. Knock on and offside.
Yeah, so yeah, the referee penalising the Colomiers team there for the player getting involved after his teammate knocked the ball on. That could have fallen. Those chips during those ping pong battles are always hugely risky, because if they fall into the hands of the opposition with everyone in disarray, bad things can happen behind. Or if you're the attack coach, good things.
The blankets are out, the big coats are on. And they've got some quality players on the bench of Brive. We'll see them later in the game. John Cooney. It's George Svelidze, who spent the last couple of weeks, well, the last few weeks with the Georgia national squad. Played a couple of test matches, making his first appearance of the season. They've got, I think, a penalty advantage. So a free ball perhaps for Brive. Will they chance their arm? Van der Merwe out the back. Shilcock to the edge. And Jan Pesson. Another one of their signings from this year for Cast. Another guy who can set the tone as they go back the other way this time.
That was a great sequence of play. The two teams have really come at this in this first 6 minutes, and they're both producing some really good rugby. Colomiers known for their attack, known for keeping phase after phase, but Brive not so. And that last sequence of play was crisp. Maybe missing a little bit of edge, but it was crisp. But they keep playing like that, they'll definitely create some moments, line breaks, some points behind.
It looked like Jamie Shilcock was considering a kick to the corner then, but it was we saw Pierre-Henri Broncant giving the little signal for the 3 points. So he was with the club before, and then he kind of was he nudged aside or out of the way completely? But he's now back in the role.
Yeah, he was put into a position in management doing other bits and bobs, but not really having a massive effect on the team. Basically parked up, I'd say. It's probably the best description of it. And because of what's happened and having him there ready, waiting in the corner, they let him off the naughty chair and he's now back in charge.
First points of the game, Jamie Shilcock to put Brive ahead. 3 points to nil from the first 7 minutes. What are you picking up on, Joe?
I'm picking up on that attacking nature. Colomiers, that first few minutes, they were getting go forward, they were creating opportunities, and a Courtney Laws steal stopped them in their tracks. Now, Brive, first opportunity they've had, again, they put some phases together. At the moment, the quality of this match is far higher than some of the other matches we've seen so far this year. And yet, a kick-off, Brive have let Colomiers right into it now. I'm imagining with the angle they got, I'd probably say they'll kick to the corner here.
Pinto has been all over these restarts, almost got to the first one, turnover on the second.
Yeah, I mean, I can't get enough across to you enough about how important the quality of that kicker is. The drop, if you can make that perfect drop, so 4 or 5 seconds hang time, dropping into the right part of the pitch, it just gives you such opportunities to counter-ruck, opportunities to smash the guy man and ball. Well, he did look a little bit on the edge there, though, didn't he? Not straight. They'll be so disappointed. In the Brive team, there are a number of very good line-out contesters. They got 3 fantastic line-out forwards in that starting team. Some very intelligent people who can really put pressure on the opposition line-out. So Colomiers tonight, for example, will be thinking twice already after the first line-out in the 22 about whether to take these opportunities or not. They've got some guys who are very quick in the air. Very quick into the air. You've got Murray, who is at the front. You've got Ricard, again, a very good forward. You've got Courtney Laws, fantastic line-out forward.
That was just the throw. They beat the jumper, beat his man. He was in front of Courtney Laws to take it. Just a skill error, but yeah, it's going to be a big battleground this evening. A bit of electrical tape round the boot, doesn't matter what level you're playing at.
Yeah. Electrical tape is the duct tape, the be all and end all.
T'as compris? Juste, je te veux bien à 2 mètres. C'est avant, il n'y a pas de souci, mais je te veux à 2 mètres. Après, quand il lance la balle, tu as le droit d'y aller. Ouais, il faut que tu sois à 2 mètres au départ.
Right, here we go. Exit scrum for Brive. What do you reckon we're going to see here? I think we're going to see number 8 pick. We're going to then see the front row to carry it again on the second phase back into the Colomiers forwards who are retreating. Then we're going to see a massive long box kick from Cooney, or maybe a long kick into touch from the slot machine.
And I think we're going to see a bit of a reaction from Brive. I don't think they'll have liked the how that scrum went. From Cooney's body language, they were expecting to be dominant, and they were. Well, they are under pressure on their tight head prop side. Free kick.
He didn't hook it. He didn't hook it. He didn't get a clean hook on it. You see the ball just sat there? And when that happens, under so much pressure from the opposition scrum, he couldn't get his foot out to get it back. So then the ball was trapped, and the referee gave a free kick for not hooking the ball back.
And Colomiers have an opportunity now. They are 6 metres from Brive's line. 9 minutes into the game. Big moments. Brive desperate to get off the line fast. And they step off the line, make the shot. Laws tidies up. You can see the defensive appetite. Yann Pesson. Cooney slows it down.
Avantage terminé sur un avant.
Doesn't find touch. Can Colomiers counter? Brive. Lucas De Silva's on that. He was the first man. He's another steal.
Avantage. 9 blancs hors jeu.
We've got a penalty advantage for Brive now.
Yeah, it was a great steal. De Silva on it like a Portuguese man in the street finding a custard tart on the floor. Pastel de Nata and plunging on it. I'd like to see that again. It was a great steal. It's a fantastic steal. And then the Colomiers 9 came through and hit Cooney before he got the ball up in the air when he was still in an unplayable position by the ruck. A big turnaround there, 22 turnover into this, huh?
Yeah, with that turnover, you have seen it sometimes where if the guy on his trying to take the ball doesn't stay on his feet, he can get penalised, but he was tackled out of the way, yeah.
Yeah, it's good. He
did very well.
Yeah, you see there, guys, that's a really good example. So, he was second tackler. The guy was falling down, he let go of him, displayed to the referee there was separation between him and the player going to fall, the ball carrier. And as soon as the ball player hit the floor, bam, he was straight back down onto the ball before the cleaners got there. And the action of the cleaner hitting him when he's with a good connection he had with the ball, ripped the ball out, turnover. Very good example, very good jackal play.
Laws off the top. Cooney takes it flat to the line. Nick Crone hits one of the forward runners outside him, and Laws is round the corner. Again out the back, Shilcott. They're really taking the ball to the line. It's gone out the back a couple of times. Hit up through the forwards twice now as well. Trying to generate that quick ball. It's not there this time. That doesn't stop them looking for the spaces on the outside. Svelidze. Brive looking to try and find the spaces, and Miles Edwards with the hit on Marcel van der Merwe. Another player from the Anglosphere in this game tonight. Miles Edwards, once of Worcester, opposite his old teammate back in the day, Jamie Shilcott.
Yeah, that was a bit of a hit and hope. You notice there, Colomiers dealt with the Brive attack really well. Brive went back to that team. You notice their forwards carrying the ball. No one's taking it running. No one. They couldn't fix. Couldn't fix the defenders in front of them to create space for the backs outside. And when they took it to the line, they weren't creating one-on-ones. They were getting piled by two players. Poor attack from Brive.
Well, they're getting another go then. Cooney's wanting the ball a little bit faster. Not quite tidied up the breakdown yet for Brive. That's to credit Colomiers. A little bit more on a plate there. Colomiers defenders all on their feet.
Jouez là, neuf. Bien derrière.
And they're not going to break it down this time. Can they cause some chaos from the air? Driddy is chasing.
Avantage en avant blanc.
And causes the error. Now the field, the defence is a bit more staggered. Can they take advantage? Colomiers don't manage to get on the ball. It's hit the referee's foot.
Yeah, you still got the forward from the high challenge. Now, we talked earlier about the aerial threat that Brive have brought to this game. Now, one consequence of having a very good aerial threat in the forwards is that usually means your power, you have less power. And you, in terms of ball carriers, maybe they're missing a little bit of ball carrying power. With those forwards, getting some go forward or to get a half break or an offload that allow them to open up behind. Because the attack, defence of Colomiers is dealing with that Brive attack very easily at the moment.
Question in from Harp, Drinker98 on the chat, thank you very much. Says, any Tier 2 international players to look out for in Pro de Deux? Yeah, there's quite a few. Well, there's a lot in Pro de Deux. There's a few in action this evening. I've mentioned a couple already. Vincent Pinto played for Portugal in this November against Canada and Uruguay. He's on the right wing for Colomiers.
In terms of other players,
Svelidze is French.
Svelidze is I think Svelidze is a better pronunciation of that one. Yeah, he's had some caps for Georgia.
You would know. Yeah, he's had some. He
my
played
Georgian
the USA
connections.
in Canada.
Yeah, he's still a very young player, but yeah, he's been brought up in France, but he's very much Georgian. What other internationals are currently here?
Sadrugu, Fijian.
Yep, Sadrugu, who's a fantastic player. He's had a few caps for Fiji. Marcel van der Meer, did he ever get capped by South Africa?
I don't think so. I mean, he probably would have been capped for any other country.
There's Kerwin Bosch. He had hair transplant this summer. He's looking much more hairy.
3 caps for South Africa he's had. We've got Courtney Laws, obviously, a legend with England. John Cooney, an international. There's a bunch of internationals all over the place. Caleb Timu on the bench for Colomiers as well. Played
for Australia several times.
For Australia, 3 caps. There you go. That's the. I was going to say that's the brief scrum they were looking for. Illegally done. Miles Edwards loving it.
I think he penalised the Brive hooker, De Silva, for again not hooking the ball correctly.
Oh, so a second free kick becomes a penalty.
Yeah.
Well, you don't have that problem, or that joy, I should say, in international rugby, because we've just seen the scrum halves for the last month feeding it straight to the number 8's feet. In French rugby, as of this year, there has to be what's called a credible feed, is how they've termed it. Oh, that's a poor mistake from a full-arm penalty. Bosch hits it back. Colomiers go to the air and take it. Giral. Is it a good start to the game? Alexander Bory, just outside Brive 22. Dummy from a prop. It bobbles. Miles Edwards. Route 1. Takes Coletta with him, his former captain, a couple of feet. Ooh,
very good referee this. Yeah. You noticed there the Colomiers attack, how it differs from the Brive attack. You said about the dummy from a prop, but he took the ball running at the line. Then he had a support player running off his shoulder, and that support player running off his shoulder interested the defender, which resulted in the prop getting a one-on-one hit, resulted in his team getting go forward. And with that go forward, they're going to be disappointed with what happened out the back.
Joe, on this breakdown, I think if there had been another Colomiers player, then it might have been Coletta that got penalised, but there was just nobody there. The scrum half was stood watching.
Yeah, a 9 threw the ball into the retiring Brive player, thinking he was going to get a penalty. I think the ref didn't give it because he thought it was the 9 who actually was just trying to create a penalty, so he denied him. But then after that, there was a high tackle. They held him up for a while, and often after high tackles, they'll fall and can fall away from the support. Ooh.
An error looking for the back peel. It's taken beautifully. That's giving Colomiers a reprieve.
Oh, I should have given that.
And it's middle third. Both teams trying to dominate this area. Oh, made a break straight through the middle. Outrageous dummy and then step and wheels. Giral having a really good start to this game as it comes to the right-hand side. Martin Dulon.
Too big.
Driddy can shepherd it out.
Oh, what a disappointing kick from him at the end. What happened there? I'd love to see that again. The
don't
massive
know,
dummy,
just
everyone
a lane
just
opened
slid
up
off.
for Giral and he just took it.
Moses-esque stuff. But he's not bad at player, is he?
No, he's good.
With
22.
Delpy gone, I was thinking, what's going to happen? But he's had 6-7 games this year already, and you can see why. He looks like quite a tidy 22-year-old.
From Clermont. Yeah, his sixth start. This was the error that led to that. Two men that pace on. Trying to hit
someone's screwed up their roles there.
Trying to hit Ricard around the corner.
I think Ricard either wasn't meant to be there, or he was too late. He should have pulled out.
Yeah, we were probably expecting, or would have guessed, that the fly half for Colomiers would have been Valentin Delpy. But he was on loan from Stade Toulousain this season, but all the injuries at Toulouse and the players away with internationals means he's sticking there for at least another week. Reaction from Colomiers at scrum time. It's gone. Otherwise, they might have had a penalty coming their way. Oh. Shots going in.
Ouch.
Jeremy Béchu with a monster hit on Nick Crone on Schvelidze. I said that right that time, Joe?
Schvelidze, I think it's better.
Schvelidze. Cooney to the skies. Pinto's had a bright start.
Yeah, he's a tidy player, isn't he?
Always their space on the left. Goes all the way there. Starting to win a couple of collisions now, Colomiers. It's going to be important. I mentioned the guys they don't have that do that job for them.
That's nice. You know, watch the Colomiers forwards. Have we ever seen these clips again and how different they are to the Brive players in terms of how they take that ball moving, how they can run straight, and pass the ball. Really done some nice touches.
Did a lovely little, simple stuff, but done really well. Took it right to the line and a lovely ball out the back.
Yeah, fantastic. Impressive. I think his back is now.
The end of his evening, yeah.
Oh, poor guy. I hope he's not. He came back from a long-term synthesis issue, pubic synthesis issue, where there's a very important ligament that holds your hips together, keeps them kind of balanced. It's to do with your core and various other aspects. But he missed a lot of rugby in the last 6 months because of that. I hope it's not done the same thing again.
It almost feels like ever such a slight troll from Pierre-Henri Blancant with the squad he's selected, because the player entering the field now, Paul Pimienta, who his first appearance of the season, what was his club 2 years ago? Colomiers. He's only played in this game this season. That emotional extra reason to dig a little bit deeper this evening, and it looks like it is going to be a tight game. 3-0 on the quarter.
Yeah, not many points, but some entertaining rugby.
Yeah, really, really good. We've had no bagarre, no cards, just lots of hard rugby, and the breakdown all that time.
That's a clear out. Courtney took that one on the chin. You notice there the tackle technique of the Brive winger was to mount the winger who caught the ball. I think he panicked and thought he was going to tackle him early, so he pulled out and then made a tackle like a toddler jumping on his mum's back, and then he ended up, as a consequence of that, falling on the wrong side, the side of the ball. Slowed it down, penalty all day long. The referees are getting harsher and harsher on anyone who falls around that ball area. You've got to be so active about how you get out. Otherwise, it's going to be a penalty all day long. Here's the hit. Did he lift his legs more?
This is Pro de Deux.
He ripped his leg off.
Colomiers playing Brive at their own game. They love to maul. But there are Courtney Laws is. Oh, he was asking the ref if he could. He was almost all over it. It comes to the back line. Nice shape. And off his wing. Ozadchuk.
Oh, he got stripped. Ozadchuk.
Yeah, Argentine.
There's some tough ones.
Not an Argentine international, I don't think, but an Argentine.
It's you'll see here as Ozadchuk takes the ball to the line. I think it's Driddy who gets connected on the ball.
Oh, Shilcock, I think.
Oh, it's Shilcock. He got in there and got some action on it.
Well,
yeah, made the difference there.
A couple of times on Brive's line.
That was Bosch. Bosch with his hair, amazing hair, got in there, and when you get your arm on around the ball, if you rip it in that action you saw Bosch making, especially when it's damp like tonight, that ball will pop out.
Yeah, good job from Bosch. Oh, that one's gone down on this side. Not going to reset. Jan Pisson. He's going to carry back. Shot on from Hugo Seguela, the scrum half. Shilcock just to the edge of the 22. So
yeah,
Kerwin Bosch has had new hair. Do people in France go to Turkey for that as well?
I don't know. I think he got it done in South Africa, actually. Went back home and got it done. I'm not... again, whilst my hair is rapidly disappearing.
You're not considered it, Joe?
The thought has entered my mind occasionally. Then seeing Kerwin Bosch tonight with his incredible ginger hair has made me think, there we go.
I would have thought by Anthony Coletta's age, he might have had one grey hair amongst that. He's got a lovely mop.
I know, it looks incredible,
36.
doesn't it?
He's
got the back of a 60-year-old, he says, and the hair of an 18-year-old.
Do Colomiers go for another maul? No, bounce off the back. Seguela. Round the corner. And the offload. Half an opportunity. They're getting close again. Brive have been pretty resolute when they've been defending their own line, and the shots are starting to come in again. Break down one cleanly this time. Elliot Morel. Luca Plantere lurking on the right-hand side. Again, it spills loose. There are some holes in that midfield. They looked at it. Oh, Colomiers tiring a little bit. Little nudge. Yeah, it looked like it was opening up. Not directed perfectly, but Colomiers have been a bit wasteful in Brive's 22, Joe.
Yeah, I think they've had by far and away the most entries. And yeah, they've certainly, that line out early doors, they got intercepted, giving up possession several times. Courtney ripping a ball out of a player's hands on the 22 early as well. They've had a number of chances, a number of opportunities. That kick at the end they shanked because there was quite a lot of room in the backfield there. I'm not sure if it would have been 50-22, but there was some space to go for it.
Lucas De Silva's got the starting job at hooker. He's been on the bench a fair bit this year. 15 tries last year. He finds his man at the line-out. Bounces back as part of the forward pod. Cooney into the air. Steam rising off every player. You can see just how cold it is.
It is chilly. Foggy, chilly night.
Sadchuk not happy there. He got 2 tries in round 11. Stuart Olding, one of the guys that is not involved this evening for Brive. travelling reserve. Looking
Allez, on y va,
up.
messieurs.
Yeah, I think Brive,
La marque.
maybe selections also affected by GIF. We talked about GIF before, just for people that weren't party to that conversation. You're meant to have an average of 17 players in the matchday squad of 23. Over the season, they have to be GIF qualified, which in effect means they've been trained or brought up in France. Now, Cooney, for example, playing all his rugby in Ireland for most of his life, is not GIF qualified. Bosch, someone played in South Africa, he's not GIF qualified. But tonight, a lot of the Brive team are GIF qualified because earlier in the season, the coach before was having such low numbers of French players in the squad that they have to now catch up.
Kerwin Bosch with the offload. Jamie Shilcock's left foot again, and his possible 50-22 is going to be stopped. But Driddy, oh dear, another error from Colomiers, this time on their own line. Driddy can regather. They look to play it quickly. Nick Crone to Retief Murray, another South African in the Brive side. The replacement Pimienta. Penalty advantage. Cooney. Oh, the offload was on.
We're going to penalise the winger who messed the whole thing up for touching the ball when he's on the floor. He wasn't on his feet.
How far away is this going to be? Do they go corner or?
What that was. The first try could well come from a foolish error. A good quality kick from Shilcock. But really, the winger's going to be so disappointed. A, he didn't get that pass away to his teammate, who could have then cleared the ball easily. And B, then getting caught by Driddy. Driddy, a fantastic player, just hustling, going for everything, giving his all. The kind of player you really want in a rugby team.
I mentioned Lucas De Silva, 15 tries in Pro de Deux last year from hooker for Brive, only 3 this year. Potentially number 4 is here. Big challenge for Colomiers. What do you do here, Joe? Would you send someone up if you were Colomiers, or have all men on the floor ready to smash it?
Because of the number of line-out forwards they got, I'm assuming Brive are going to win the ball. Obviously, if you win this ball in the middle or the back, the maul's far easier. If you would give them the front, then go into it, but they're not. They're marking the front, making them throw elsewhere. And then not competing and getting into it as early as possible.
Penalty advantage for early connection there. Planteray tried to sacrifice himself on the deck. It's going over whatever they do, compete or no compete. Power, and it is a try for Lucas De Silva.
Again, he's not been first choice this year. Boudou's been first choice. He's on the bench tonight. But Lucas De Silva, his throwing is far better. And that's the reason I think he's been in this team tonight. Because you can see with the line out they have, threats across the board. Look at this beautiful kick. It wouldn't have been a 50-22, but still a wonderful kick.
And the hustle from Driddy. Dived off his feet. That's where the penalty was given up. That set up this opportunity. Courtney Laws with the set. Body position is just too upright from Colomiers, having taken the decision not to compete.
You saw Nick Crone come in there to help them all, and he actually tripped up and nearly tackled his Lucas De Silva. Backs, when they get involved in balls, can often go pear-shaped.
I'm trying to remember the name. There was an English scrum half that used to get loads of tries because he would always join in a maul.
Who Dowie Morris?
Sean Perry as well? I can't
Sean
remember.
Perry, yeah. It could
Might
have been him.
Sean Perry.
Chubby.
Played for England.
We're talking about pear-shaped, a pear-shaped 9.
And someone who didn't have the hair job that Kerwin Bosch had.
No.
Quite happy.
Well, not yet, anyway.
Natural.
Who played at Brive as well for a couple of years.
Did he?
Yeah, he did.
Oh, there you go. What a connection. Driddy's under this one again. I think that went back off him to his teammate. Big shot in from Planteray, but Brive have the ball. Cooney on his own 10-metre line. Wangs it back to Kerwin Bosch. Big boot. Oh.
Wow, that was spun more than the Masters. Let's have another look at that. That was an incredible spin on it.
From just outside of zone 22. Oh no, maybe not that. Maybe not that far out, but proper boot on him.
Incredible spin on it. With the wet floor, backspin, the wing had no chance.
Bashu at the tail of the line out, planter 8. Hugo Seguela. They're having to commit numbers to the breakdowns just to win the ball. Brive putting pressure. Seguela sticks it up. Julien Tisserand, not really mentioned in this evening, signed from Montpellier on the wing, more of a fullback really, but I think it's get your best players on the field. Driddy, dangerous. Runs the classic Johnny May line. Across the field, Shilcock tests the line. Crony's centre clears him out, so they're down a few backs. It will go to the forwards. It's quite funny hearing John Cooney speak French with an Irish accent. I enjoyed that. This half has gone by really quickly. 32.5 minutes into it. Brive have had enough of that in their own half. And Laws is roaming. Driddy's in the mix as well. Colomiers struggling for territory for the last few minutes, so Giral tries to change that picture. Bosch equal to it.
Couple of poor kicks there.
Better length from this one. Oh, amazing skill from Giral. And the tackle. Now Colomiers have got Brive pinned. They've got pressure on the breakdown, but
that is so foolish. That is daft. Missed it on the first opportunity. The rucker blatantly formed, yet he went again. He dived in again. His teammates were coming in. They might have counter-rucked there. Brive were in a really, really tough situation. That is a stupid penalty.
Yeah, whether it's through poor handling, lack of control, not winning a collision, or in that case, just brain-dead decision. They're just letting the pressure valve off when they've got Brive really under pressure. Awesome skill from Giral.
It wasn't it, yeah. I mean, he made a poor kick just before that, but that one was perfect. He caught it, chipped it through. Good nous. Good little rugby player, huh? Nice 10.
Yeah, we've got a couple of them this season.
Yeah, we're going to see the penalty now. There, misses it, goes back again. Oh, people, they want it so much, especially some open sides and back row. They're in the team to jackal. But when they start to lose their discipline like they did there, then it's not good news.
Oh, Vincent Pinto's had to go off, unfortunately, the right wing. But Ray Nu'u, real focal point for Colomiers in the midfield. So a little bit of a reshuffle, but they'll have a little bit more ballast out there. No lack of ballast from Thomas Adelaide. Colomiers playing quite a bit around this halfway line, searching for a gap. Ooh, that focus on. Out the hands.
Did well, didn't he? Until he didn't.
I think a Brive player might have hit his arm as he was giving that one.
Again, in these conditions, there aren't many players who can get one-handed offloads away. Great play there. Just got his arm out and just
Courtney. Those go-go gadget arms. Oh no.
Yeah, I think it was.
Didn't get his hand to it. Just a regulation tackle, like you say. Oh, that's a bit of a concern.
Yeah, I think he's. The doctor's having a look at it earlier. I thought it might be a dislocated finger, but looks like he's icing the main part of his hand. The old metatarsal injury.
And Elias Al Ansari might have
Ouais, ça.
come a cropper from that clear out. Every single game week of Pro de Dirt, we have live rugby for you. And if that's not worth subscribing to the channel, because you get all sorts of other good stuff there. So do it now. Costs you no money, takes you no time, but it means you get, well, you get free rugby.
Free rugby is amazing, isn't it?
How did you describe me the other day, or describe us the other day? The Robin Hood of rugby.
Yeah, no, I heard you've been described as Robin Hood, the Robin Hood of rugby.
Yeah, I'll take it. I like it. I will wear
Merry men. I'm Little John. Who would Dougie be? Try and remember another
The
character.
rest of the team, I don't know.
Who's another character from Robin Hood?
Well,
Maid Marian?
Maid Marian, there you go.
Who's going to be? Yeah, he could be.
Reprise du temps. Allez, même chose, le coup de bien haut.
That'll be yours, Taco. And Taco for everyone's.
Comme la dernière.
Taco and Dougie, the other two members of FI UK, along with some other people. But which one's going to be Maid Marian? Which one's going to be Will Scarlett? We'll let them decide.
We'll let Courtney be the sheriff. And another big name, exactly the kind of name that is worth having Pro de Dirt to watch for free for. John Cooney with his hands on the ball.
Ok, allez, décalez un peu. Allez.
He's had a trim this week.
He has it. It's like a very Movember, with a Movember vibe as well. He's looking very kind of roaring 20s, kind of Great Gatsby-esque today, isn't he?
Got all the nationalities there. We just an Irishman, a South African, Englishman, and a Wendred, he's a Frenchman. Sorry, take that back.
Yeah, we have got.
There is a Fijian there, on the bench.
Ooh.
Hugo
Swinging the other way
Reles.
now.
Yeah, Hugo Reles on that loose head side did the damage.
Yeah, he's a young Toulouse formed player.
Yeah, he's bounced back and forth between Brive and Stade Toulousain for the last few years.
Yeah, they have a lot of players in that kind of like Delpy, who's a fantastic player. A lot of players who kind of do flick between the two because there's so much strength and depth at Toulouse. You have some incredible players who don't get as much game time. Now, in the UK, in England especially, what do those players do? They tend to start off, play the odd champ game here and there. They train once or twice. But in France, players in that situation will get loaned for at least 3 months or for the whole season to another club.
I've completely forgotten the name of the prop who made it. Who was the prop from Pro de Deux last season that was at Toulouse?
He was playing at Aix-en-Provence last year.
Playing at Aix-en-Provence last year, yeah. I can't remember now. In the chat, who is that prop? Young French prop, made his French debut this year in the tour to New Zealand and was a star in Pro de Deux last season. Another powerful maul. Oh, and a penalty advantage in their back pocket as well. Cooney, surely they're going to use this one. No, up the jumper from Pimienta.
Running the Fool's line back into the forwards.
Paul Malez is the name of the prop. Thank you very much in the chat. Appreciate it. Driddy.
Do you hear him shouting Paul?
Yeah.
Paul! Because Paul Pimenta just rammed a bit of pressure on him rather than shipping the ball on or just taking a tackle. And then you've got width and you've got two sides they have to defend. You get fast ball, you can get it out to Driddy who's going to score. That's why Driddy's shouting, Paul! Because he's really pissed off with Paul for running back into the forwards, slowing everything down and then letting Colomiers turn it over. But with the penalty, kick to the corner, and currently the power that Brive have in that pack. We talked about the number of internationals on the pitch. Most of them are on the Brive side. Most are on the Brive side because Brive have got the biggest budget in the league and they can buy powerful players. And we're going to see probably that happening with the number of line-out forwards they've got on the pitch. I'm sure we'll be seeing De Silva put another notch on his bed in a second.
Okay, reprise.
Where's this one going? To Ricard at the front. And the backs all piling in on this one.
A lot of no's and yeses. Ref says it's held up. That could have been a massive half-time. That would be a different half-time talk for Brive and Colomiers had that one have gone over. Incredible moment, massive moment for the Colomiers team there, holding up Brive.
I'll tell you what, Joe will do his French translation of the half-time interviews. Then we'll have to reflect on this November test window, actually, the international rugby, and specifically throw the spotlight a bit on France and what the takeaways are. They've got a couple of months, Fabien Galtier and his men, before the Six Nations. It'll be here before you know it.
Yeah, it was an incredible time, wasn't it? We're hearing all about that.
We'll get into that at half-time. Don't be going anywhere. And always Kerwin Bosch going to have a shot. Yeah, we did. But that'll be the end of the half.
Wow.
Power from Brive when it really mattered. Colomiers had plenty of entries to the 22, particularly in that first 20 minutes. Could not make them count. One try and a penalty, all the difference between the two teams. Colomiers are in there. They do have big players like Caleb Timu on the bench. Let's see what they've got to say about the first half.
C'est simple, il faut qu'on soit plus pertinent sur la conquête. On arrive un peu à les embêter.
So we've got to do better at our set piece. They've started to cause us problems. We've got to stop putting our hands into rucks, keep our defensive line there, and try and play in their half.
Lucas da Silva est avec nous, l'auteur de l'unique essai de cette première mi-temps. On sent que ça va bien dans le combat, dans les repères collectifs. Vous y êtes, comment sont les sensations?
Non, il faut continuer comme ça, on sort bien du camp. Je pense qu'on peut encore
Yeah,
un peu mieux sortir du camp. Et on doit tourner à 15 ou 17-0 à la mi-temps. C'est un penalty.
Shame we didn't get to 15 or 17-0 at half time.
Sinon, le reste, il faut juste continuer ce qu'on a fait en première mi-temps.
Merci beaucoup.
We'll just continue doing the same thing in the second half. Pretty dull for those guys.
Yeah, come on, do better, lads. Thank you very much to Eric in the chat, who said, he's saying to everyone else in the chat, guys, we're being frugal with the likes. Now, I recognise you might be watching on the television, but I have to agree. If you're on your phone or a tablet or a computer, just stick the little thumbs up, because it helps other people know that this is on. Free rugby. We've got a big second half ahead. The score at half-time, Brive 10, Colomiers 0. All right, let's go from Pro de Deux, which we all know is the pinnacle of rugby, to the small matter of international rugby. One game to go on Saturday, aside from the November tests. But let's talk broadly, winners and losers through the month of November, Joe.
For me, there are three big winners. Have kind of kicked on a little bit up and down in the championship. They've really kicked on and dominated the teams they've played against on this tour. England, I mean, had of Argentina got that line out throw right, had the ref let them play on at the end there. That could have been an interesting last game. But the third team for me is that team who nearly beat England, Argentina. They've been pretty good on this tour. Really impressed with Argentina. Exciting rugby, defending well, kicking well. Got some really good players coming through. For me, those three teams are very much the winners.
Yeah, no question. I mean, just on England, you've had to go to South Africa. You face South Africa in South Africa. How confident are you that England can bridge what seems to be a pretty considerable gap between the chasing pack and the box by next July?
That's going to be a hell of a tour. The England team can look forward to that. They can see this go through this year, this build up. Obviously, Six Nations, the France game, Ireland, we'll see. But those will be massive games as well, playing in Paris as well against France. But to have that big goal, I think that's a big stepping stone towards where we're going to go, boys, what we're going to be. They've fallen on a game plan now in Argentina, and now they've doubled down on what they're doing. They're doing it well. They kick well. When certain players are playing, I think Mitchell's vital to the whole project. Obviously, Freddie Stewart, Roebuck, all these kind of aerial players are vital as well. But they've doubled down. We know what they're going to do. But can they do it against the team that do that the best in the world? So, yeah, that's going to be amazing to see next summer.
Big challenge. What are people saying in France about France? One thing I noticed just from the weekend against Australia, and I've seen a few people commenting on this, is that Galtier was getting a big cheer every time he was on the big screen and before the game when his name was read out. So the public seemed to be behind behind him and this team. But what was the assessment?
The assessment, front row worries, which is nothing new. That's been going on for a couple of years now. A country that loves scrummaging, worried about the scrum. I think Sean's obviously not over the moon with how the defence went himself, and the public. There's a bit of newspapers talking about the pressure there. But again, defence can be a number of areas. If you overplay, you make a turnover, you don't kick enough. All these factors come into how many points you concede. So there is that as well. And they found maybe in Gord another gem coming through. But in terms of aerial backs who can challenge in the air, Buros, Atasogbi, I think until they come back, I want to see what happens with those guys in the team.
That's one thing I wanted to talk about, okay? Because as far as I'm concerned, there is Thomas Ramos has to be in that team somewhere.
Yeah, he's amazing, but a high ball.
Well, exactly. So there's two things at play here. Thomas Ramos, the teams, there seems to have been this trend back towards, or at least as a really important part of the armoury, using the high kicks, the crossfield kicks, all the rest of it. That doesn't play to Ramos's strengths, but you have to have him in the team. And he's just amazing wherever he plays. He was brilliant in the Six Nations in the fly half position. Is actually the argument not Ntamak or Jalabert? Is it Ramos should be 10 to allow someone like Atasogbi or Buros to be at the back?
Yeah, I think we could be getting to that stage. I mean, Jalibert is such a talent. I think bench and get him on if you need to really score points. Then now you come back to Ntamak running the game management, being better than Jalibert, bringing everyone else into the game more is why he's been picked. Now, Ramos can do that as well. And if you have Atasogbi and Buros fit, you've got Bilberry, Penno, you've got this situation where you're going to be dropping two of those players, though, aren't you? You've got Ramos, Ntamak, Penno, Bilberry, and then you've got Buros, Atasogbi. I mean, it's going to be a fascinating situation when they come in. And if they do find that centre pairing they want to, in terms of Mafana and someone like Gord or Fiku, whoever they do pick.
After November.
Yeah, Deporter ain't bad either. So they're beginning to get a strength and depth in that back line. But yeah, that aerial battle they need to be winning. Listen, when Dupont's fit.
Well, back this weekend, apparently. We're waiting for the team news, but hopefully back this weekend.
Yeah, I mean, he makes obviously a huge difference with the kicking game as well. Some of the quality kicks he does will prevent the opposition from putting a contest ball in because it's been such a good kick and so deep, they can't do it as much. So over the 3 tests, this French team has been a little bit loose, is probably the word you're going to use. By loose, it means they've made errors that have led to the opposition scoring tries that have resulted in, against Australia, for example, didn't lose the game, but resulted in Australia scoring 30-odd points. Against South Africa, against 14 men for half the match, again, they conceded loads of points. And against Fiji, again, that was a game in the balance until 60 minutes. So the team were unable to strangle out the opposition and bring that amazing A-grade attacking game they normally do. Is it due to the fact they haven't played together for a long time? I don't know. Is it due to the game plan? You do see French teams, when they try and play that French style, sometimes it can get loose because if there's not enough players on that pitch who are capable of holding the game plan at the right time and playing that French flair when the right moment happens, then you end up with this loose hodgepodge, which is the high-risk side of French rugby. And when you get loose like that, you cough up points, you cough up field position, and occasionally cough up big defeats.
I haven't heard anything about Piato Malvaca, but he's obviously a big physical specimen, huge ball-carrying focus for them as well, and they're missing that. Guillard, I imagine, I wonder if him and Aldrit are going to be battling it out for that spot. Is there anyone else you could see maybe by February coming in? I'm looking at people like Kapia, who's been tearing it up in the top 14.
Yeah, but Kapia, wait and see. I want to see his physicality. Flamel, him, would never be in the same team, I don't think. You just couldn't do that. We saw Jegu, Flamand, one of the big moments of that South African test in that second half, when I think it was all square at that point, was 2 of them got absolutely ridden by a South African who then got latched and powered over them. Visa, I think it was, just powered through them. And then, it was a reserve prop who came on. And they lost that collision. Behind it, there was a penalty. And then they kicked into the corner and scored that maul try, which kind of led to the unraveling of the whole match. So that was one moment. That's just one moment. One moment doesn't change a game, but that's just a reflection of what power means against a team like South Africa. So, yes, you could bring Capilla in, but you have to have that balance of power and that balance of speed that Capilla brings to the team.
So I'm going to sum it up as like Antonio comes back and available. Tavita Tatafu comes back and is available. There's tight head prop, strengthened, no worries. Guiar, who missed the second 2 games, he could be mixing it up either at lock or at 8. That's a big chunk of power there. Mo Afana in the midfield, power, direction, and we're ditching Ntamak and we're putting Ramos to 10. Solved, done.
Yeah. Job's a good one.
Job's a good one. Right, brilliant. There you go, Fabien Galtier. We'll invoice you for the advice, and let's get back to the second half. Right, sorted that. So let's get our attention back to Pro de Deux. And next week, they're the visitors tonight, but we're at the home of Colomiers in the outskirts of Toulouse. They host Grenoble, Angoulême against Agen on the 11th of December. And yeah, week before Christmas, Béziers against Vannes. That could be a fun game. There's so many other people, not just us here on FR UK, trying to shine a spotlight on the brilliant rugby in France. Our friends at Roast Beef Rugby, well worth your time. They have got some cracking stuff. They're constantly over in France, giving you little tip-offs, recommendations about restaurants, the food in the stadium, and they know their rugby as well. But we throw our attention back onto the second half. Brive against Colomiers, it's 10-0. Yeah, first half firepower is the story of this game. The power of that maul means that Colomiers will be starting the second half a man down. Elliot Morel will begin in the bin. I mean, at the end of it, Brive will think they could have been clear. Colomiers, though, will look back on that first half, won't they, and think that there were missed opportunities early, Joe. Yeah, for sure. The highlights are strange. I would rather have seen some of the very good attacking play as opposed to what led to a yellow card. But yes, Colomiers were creating chances. They'll be disappointed at their efficiency in finishing them off. But again, is that gulf in power part of the reason for that? When you are significantly less powerful, when you get opportunities to kick into the opposition 22 or you doing the pick and goes near the line, if the opposition can physically dominate you, it becomes far more difficult to score in those situations. Timu coming on, someone like him could make a big difference in the second half if he starts getting rolling. But Brive, they could have gone into that 17-0 up, yellow card, 10 minutes of the second half to come, steamroll the Colomiers team. But this second half is going to be interesting if somehow Colomiers can hold on for that 10 minutes. Maybe they got a chance to get back into it, but I think gradually that Brive power is going to start to tell. Yeah, I do wonder as well. We haven't had any bagarre. We've had no cards. This
they've actually been playing rugby.
It does feel a little bit more top 14 in some respects as well. Although the game hasn't really bust open except for that one moment from Theo Giroud's. Just two good defences, motivated teams, and a lot.
Yeah, I mean that's why it's been entertaining, because there's been some good attack, there's been some good defence, really some good kicking. Yep, a couple of mistakes as well. An offload missed, some poor attack from Brive at times, and a few poor kicks. But as the level of this game is very much, I say, top end level of the game, so it's been entertaining. It seems a bit like a Dickens movie though, with the light and the fog, and all the adults in big coats, and they've got the kids out there in t-shirts. Yeah, the street urchins. Yeah, the street urchins been pickpocketing all the locals. Big Dupont. We're all waiting for the team news for Toulouse tomorrow, but the return, La Retour, was the big headline on Midi Olympique. Big picture of Antoine Dupont. That'll be a big moment for French rugby. It'll be huge. It'll be huge. It'll be just in time for Perpignan Toulouse coming up around Christmas. Perfect. Yeah. What is it like playing rugby and coaching across Christmas? Do they go? I think Pro de Deux has some downtime, doesn't it? Pro de Deux takes 2 weeks off, which is very civil. Top 14 smashes it in, but you do have to have either 4 days off straight, which we're doing, but we're probably going to do with Perpignan, or you split to 2 lots of 3 days off in 2 consecutive weeks, all around Christmas. So they do think about you as human beings. Whereas in England, we just smash as much game time in as possible, I seem to remember.
Yeah, like you very rarely in your playing days would have got to enjoy a Christmas Day properly, Joe. You'd have been playing the day before, the day of, the day after.
Yeah, avoiding the sausage wrapped in bacon because it was not the right nutrition.
There are some perks to not being an elite athlete, Joe.
Extra Yorkshire pudding. But there go the kids back into the crowd to start pickpocketing.
Yeah. And there you go. Our friends at Ross Beef Rugby are in the chat. And there's a question there. I'm going to hand that. Eddie Crow's going to La Rochelle next week. Any recommendations? I'll leave the boys from Ross Beef to help you out there. If you're going to La Rochelle, I'm assuming you've got a ticket for the game. Well done for managing to get one. And that'll be amazing. But this stadium can rock on its day. The Stade Amédée Domenech. A few of the locals have thought better of it, and they'd rather stay at home and watch it on the telly. With freezing temperatures and the prospect of some snow, apparently that might not be a bad move. But plenty in there to watch this one, and the second half gets underway. Brive 10-0 up, clean exit.
Shanked his kick-off. That's what happens with the poor kick. Massive shank from Shilcock, and an easy exit under no pressure for Colomiers.
Brive not wasting any time.
Very, Colomiers decided to defend that with hardly anyone, which is strange.
I was just going through in my head what the laws were. You don't have to match numbers, do you?
No, you can, but I think they just made a mistake. Sometimes people put 2 in and back off and don't encounter them all, but I don't think we're at that stage where Colomiers have to go to these extreme measures to stop the maul. Saying that, it's now rinsing them.
Oh, it's going to be a penalty advantage again. The power, as Joe mentioned, might be starting to tell. Colomiers starting the half with 1 man down in the pack, turning the screw.
Ooh. Yeah, that maul really did easily go forward. Let's have another look at how it formed. Let's see. Was it a brilliant maul? Was it poor Colomiers defence?
Of course, an update from Eddie in the chat. He's travelling with Leicester Tigers to La Rochelle. Of course, it's Champions Cup, a couple of weeks away. Yeah, splintered right through the middle of that.
Yeah, it just looks so suspicious. Very suspicious. I mean, was it Adelaide just snuck around the side and then just ripped the ball out of the hands? 2 players from the 97 winning team there.
Yeah. This time, Jeremy Beshu, obviously not legally, managed to get onto the ball. Colomiers are going to be getting on the wrong side of the referee again here.
I think hopefully it's just a warning, because if they go down to 13 now, this could very quickly become one-sided. They're struggling already, 1 forward down, stopping this maul. He's getting his warning. If it goes again, then they're in la merde.
Okay, I don't think we need to speak French to understand what he's just said, but James has just said, I didn't realise we were watching a replay of South Africa versus Ireland. The power is coming on from Brive. It wasn't like this in the first 5-10 minutes. But statement.
It was an attacking frenzy in the first 30 minutes.
And actually, Colomiers
Gradually,
won the winning scrum penalties in the first 10 minutes. Who have Perpignan got in the Challenge Cup, Joe?
Dragons and Benetton.
Oh no, let's focus on this. I'll ask you that question in a minute. To the front this time. Same drill. And it's going to be the same outcome, isn't it? For Lucas de Silva.
Glad they scored. That was going to be a yellow card.
It was going to, yeah. The try might have spared them going down to 13.
Yeah, refs just told him. Said, you're lucky, mate. You're lucky they scored. You've been off.
It's Anthony Coletta, captain of Brive last year. He was wearing the armband. Well, they don't wear armbands, but you know what I mean. For Colomiers, the visitors. That'll hurt the fans back in Toulouse.
Yeah, God, they literally can't do anything about this at the moment.
I think the camera focused on Coletta, but I do think it is De Silva with another try.
Yeah, definitely. He would not let anyone else near that ball. That's how he got 15 tries the year before. Yeah, that is worrying. When you get this kind of imbalance forming in the game where literally every maul wins a penalty. And I imagine first scrum we're going to have something similar. With 7 players on the pitch, then, yeah, you get these... It's very tough. If you can't stop the maul and you can't stop the scrum, it's going to be a long day in the office, as we found out at Perpignan Montpellier last week.
Well, are we seeing a bit of a statement and a bit of a factory reset for Brive, who were devastated to have lost in the semi-final to the eventual winners Montauban last year? The biggest operating budget, the biggest names in their team, and they started the season in 8th position, 1 win in 5. They've had a reshuffle with the coaching staff, and they have gone to the power game. And John Cooney is going to the air. Driddy. Double hit from Driddy, helping Courtney Laws. And Colomiers, what's their approach? Giroud.
This could go anywhere.
But with a broken field, is there anything Brive can do? Nick Crone rolls out, looks for space. Only finds Thomas Adelaide.
Yeah, that got a bit messy there. A poor kick could have gone anywhere. Brive could have just broken into open field there with players at 6s and 7s. But luckily for Colomiers, because I'd love them to get a score just to make this a match. They've got an opportunity now, but it's a scrum. Let's see what they can do. They're probably going to maybe sub on a forward to deal with this. We'll see now.
Two minutes left on the yellow card.
Ooh. Adelaide certainly finished off that tackle.
And
wow,
a reminder
look at that.
of how
Just
things
2
work.
players out.
Yeah, that's not bad at this stage of the season, is it?
It's amazing. The performance team have been doing a great job.
Yeah, a reminder in Pro D2, Brive, if they can score another try, would be in a bonus point position. You have to get 3 tries more than your opponents, and for Colomiers, they need to claw back at least 10 points to get a defensive bonus point. Stay within 5.
So we're making score predictions for the end of this game. There's Cedric Haymans there. I think the polo neck makes it look like he's got more chins than... It's not a good look from that angle, basically, with the polo neck.
Yeah, I was just
That was Cedric Haymans, remember, with his lovely hair and...
Yes, rapping. I do remember. Like, I was just thinking, I didn't think he was a former prop.
I think it's the angle, unless he's had a really good last few months.
Done him dirty there.
Yeah.
Another former Colomiers player, Mathis Galtier, signed from tonight's opponents, and that means John Cooney is where in the back line?
No way, he's gone there. Galtier voted worst hair in Pro D2 last year, apparently.
Well, it hasn't inspired him to change it by the look of it. Colomiers managed to get the ball back.
Ooh, jeez.
Not able to do a great deal with it at this point. Ray Newton trying to set the target. A little bit hesitant at the base of the ruck. Hugo Seguela. Another breakdown penalty.
Ouais, je sais. Merci de... Ouais, pas de souci. Merci de le reconnaître. Vous êtes clairement en déséquilibre, Sealing, et j'ai un potentiel contest noir au-dessus.
Yeah, so he lost his feet as he's clearing out. He just flew in. So the referee penalised him. Yeah, Colomiers have really hit a wall, haven't they? Even the nines, they're playing so quickly, the mark of their fabrics to be able to play fast, accelerate the play. Good skill level, offloading, but they're, even after a couple of offloads from forwards, the nine was double guessing himself, slowing it down. They really need to pick things up. And here comes Timu.
Yeah.
And the...
we were talking about the 15 tries scored by Lucas da Silva last season. Caleb Timu got 12, a career high for him. And he's talismanic for this Colomiers team, and he could shift the narrative. And they need it right now because they are in trouble, and Brive are turning the screw. Mathis Galtier reaching in there with his Lego hair. Could he switch up the blind side? It is available. Cooney steps up, familiar. Marcel van der Merwe. A slow ball.
Great dummy.
Switches back to the blind side. Pimienta. Galtier hits Marcel van der Merwe again, who shrugs off the first shot. Theo Lachaud. Run over. And winning collisions again. Jeremy Béchou desperately trying to hang on. Lucas da Silva, and it is physical. Big moment this for Colomiers. Huge defensive set. Driddy winning the contact again, meaning the ball is on a plate for Galtier. Staying close to that left-hand touchline. Going left, then going right. This time they come the same way. Coletta the target. Penalty advantage. How many phases at this point? Must be into double figures. This time it goes wide. They've got the free ball. Hits the short line. Kerwin Bosch. Galtier to Driddy. Both wingers.
Back for the penalty. Have I got cataracts, or is that fog getting stronger and stronger?
It is.
It's actually getting thicker and thicker, isn't it?
Yeah, it's hovering just around or just above freezing in Brive at the moment. They go into the corner. They want that try bonus point. Coletta, no doubts.
Here come the Brive bomb squad. Some talent coming on right now. And there is the Colomiers bomb squad, as you mentioned earlier. Is Timu, and some more muscle behind him.
Big moment. And the initiative being seized. There's some proper tonnage coming off the bench now.
That's a lovely line.
That is a nice line.
He would have seen that space opening up as that pass was coming through the air. It's a beautiful line. The winger did really well to tackle him.
Simatoga and Tartas, the two props.
Okay, so Brive just got 5 points out of that yellow card period. Colomiers actually would probably be quite happy with that.
And there's the big man, Caleb Timu.
Another maul to stop now, though.
To the tail they go again. They've held off the first surge. Big moment in the context of the game.
I don't think they took it cleanly. I think the throw was a little bit underthrown. As he came down, he tipped forward. And then the Colomiers team managed to kill the ball. So in a maul, if you can hold up that ball. The referee will give you the turnover scrum. Let's see how this Colomiers scrum does now. It literally changed the whole pack pretty much.
There was an amazing face on Nathan Frezenon, the replacement loosehead prop for Brive. It looked for a moment like they weren't going to be sent on for this scrum, and he had a face of like a toddler who'd just been told they couldn't have a chocolate bar.
Well, but he does like chocolate, as you can see from his belly. But
he's a unit. Yeah, a whole new front row. Courtney Laws' job is done for the evening.
yeah,
Taken in the air.
Yeah, that line out at the end, he did tip forward. Maybe someone pulled his arm. But that's why that whole maul didn't set up originally. Because if that block that's jumping, if they can't stay tight, you can't construct a maul. So as he was tipped forward, that would have created spaces which the Colomiers players went through and then managed to lock the ball down, create the turnover. And let's see if they can now back it up with a good scrum.
We have got 11 fresh faces in those 16 in the pack there. This is a whole new contest.
Yeah, I bet there's going to be a penalty, so one way or the other. 11 new forwards who are keen as mustard.
I need to hang around in Northampton around Christmas time, see if we can bump into Courtney and get some of that Brive stash. It's such good stash.
You do sound a bit like a stalker there.
Yeah. Guilty.
If you do see Courtney bump into him, how are you going to approach the subject to stash and work your way towards
actually
it?
Just come straight out. Wouldn't just get straight to it. Of course, give me some kit. Well, that'd be way too big. Oh, wow.
Oh, man.
Now it is like watching South Africa against Ireland replay.
Wow, that was caved in, that scrum.
What would you do now,
Now, what
Joe?
do you do here?
Scrum?
I think you go scrum again, get another yellow card.
Coletta's looking over to the bench. I do find that fascinating that it's the head coaches that make the call on what to do.
It's not always the case. With a strong team, you'd want them to be leading on the pitch. Really leading from Friday on Saturday, making decisions, looking after themselves.
Yeah, definitely Pierre-Henri Broncan is the man.
Yeah, I think Saturday Night Fever is a new call.
Need to get some lights like Rassi Rasmus had. Oh, is that hit early? Yes, penalty advantage. Colomiers so keen not to concede. Will they have a card and a try against them? They could. Jamie Shilcock out the back.
Nice.
Scramble D from Colomiers is good. There's men all over the park. Yeah, felt inevitable.
Yeah, Colomiers just scratching around for reasons of how to stop this maul. It's cost them 2 yellow cards already. Cost them, well, how many tries? 2 tries? Both come from mauls. I think we're soon to have a third.
Comment in the chat suggests that, where is it? Yeah. Larton says
De ça, j'en veux pas derrière, ok? Il y a pénalité carton jaune. Si vous venez provoquer, vous venez de rentrer, vous allez repartir d'où vous venez. C'est clair? Merci.
So he's having to go at Fression for being a douche basically after the contact, and he lost the ball and there was then caused a fight with one of the opposition players.
oh, I missed a bit. Did I miss a bit of?
Yeah, we could have. It was off the screen though.
Oh, come on. Do better, cameramen. That's what we want to see. Brive can really hammer it home now. Colomiers back down to 14. They are fighting, but no fight is going to be enough to stop Brive. Or is it? Penalty try.
Oh, will this be another yellow as well?
Lucas Da Silva is outraged. He couldn't have got his hat-trick. Oh, it's going to be another man. Who was it in the chat who said this is like watching South Africa v Ireland replay? Oh,
they're
Caleb
spot on.
Timu.
Wow. So he came in from the side. Sheer number of penalties, another card. 13 men for 10 minutes. Well, 9 minutes. That's going to be interesting. Interesting from the kickoff. Let's see what Brive do from this kickoff. Will they play against 13? You should.
That little exhale that you saw from Colomiers' coach, that's an actual word in French.
Wow, that was a great hit on Bosch. Counter up behind it, really good play. Now take all the time in the world here. Relax, chill out. Waste as much time as you can, boys. You're 13 men. Yeah, with that exhale with your lips, it's even more prevalent here in the Catalan country. I see it everywhere all the time.
Like there's a shrug is a word as well in French. You can.
Okay.
It's I've actually realised there's a word for it though. When you do that, it's kind of like that with the noise. It means basically you're pissed off or impatient or something. It's used everywhere, but especially here.
I know he's dished out a fair few cards. I have been impressed with this official, I have to say.
Okay, no, he's been an international referee. I'm not sure what he's doing, why he's doing it tonight.
Because it's a massive game, Joe.
No, I think he'll be doing the top 14 game of the weekend as well.
Yeah, I think Joe Worsley might be right. Theo Giroud not only getting Colomiers on the scoreboard, making sure they don't get bageled, but chewing up every single second of the 2 men in the bin.
Bageled. That's a good one. I've actually not heard that. How have I not heard that before? Is this what the kids are saying now?
I don't know if it's new, to be honest. But
you just created it right now.
Have it. Larton, who also said, it was the person I was going to say before we saw that maul, mentioned that they have a friend who's at the game who says that the fog is really thick. So I think the TV cameras are doing a good job at letting us see more than maybe the fans in the stand are. But and also mentions the best shrug and sigh belongs to Christophe Urios. Would you go along with that?
Yeah. Yeah, he's got his big lips, his big cheeks like he's got mumps or food in them. And when he blows his lips, it is the ultimate expression. So whenever something bad happens on the pitch, yeah, a shrug and the... He's the master of it.
Well, we've had 3 yellow cards. No orange or red yet. But there's time. Colomiers are actually doing quite a good job. Now they're down to 13. At the restarts, at least. Boudou gets Tartus and Colomiers won themselves another penalty.
Free kick.
Brive with extra men. You'd think they just want to be tidy around the breakdowns. That was only a knock-on advantage. Nu'u on the angle. Oh, caught nowhere. Gap through the middle. Seguela looks one way, goes the other. Giroud. Jean Thomas is just getting in the way at the minute, but it's landed for...
No, that goes no way.
Oh, wow. Outstanding. Ray Nu'u to within a metre.
This would be an incredible try.
Of the Brive line. This would be brave. Hugo Seguela. Just short. Rearguard action with 13 men to find the edge. Oh, counter up coming in.
Oh, no way, what a try. 13 men. That was Colomiers saying, what the hell, let's have a go. And why didn't they were like that at the start of the match? Why are they gone into their shell? I don't know, but it's some amazing play. This double kind of, that offload, little giddly, little kick.
Forward with a kick. Jeremy Beshu.
And then the kick back again.
Kick back to him.
1-2.
Dulon to
Awesome.
Bashu. Nu'u
Awesome
again.
play.
Muscle to the deck. Yeah, he's under that.
Ok, parfait, merci.
He's on that, I should say.
Wow. 30 more seconds to go before the kick needs to be taken. Still at 13.
This would bring it to a... Well, it is a 2-score game currently, but this would bring them within 12.
Did it go over? Oh, I saw that bounce out the fog. No.
As we approach the final quarter, there is 3 minutes more for Colomiers. Who've done a really good job in this yellow card since the penalty try and that third yellow card. Is it the Colomiers have just switched on, or have Brive switched off, Joe?
There was a sequence of penalties. Maybe some of the new players that come on have been a bit slap-hazard with their accuracy and discipline. But that kick-off was a really good Colomiers play where they smashed, got the penalty. Followed by a kick-off receipt in which they got another penalty, really. If Brive get their hands on the ball for any period of time, it could be interesting. But, oh, my God, Jackal straight away.
Not off his feet. It was Jean Thomas just put his body in the way of Sadrugu. It's amazing, actually. Jean Thomas, like yourself, Joe, a one-club man. He's 31 now and only ever played at Colomiers. Oh, that's an error.
Shank. That's too far, isn't it?
Azadchuk. To Giral, missed the touch finder. Finds Kerwin Bosch. Sends this up into the fog. Fog not affecting Bori. Just stays in field. Colomiers need to win the ball cleanly. They do. Seguela thought he was going to go for the box kick. He is. Shilcock. Galtier, the ball comes to the right. And the territorial battle won by Brive in the end.
Still, Colomiers going to be happy. Unless, I suppose, now more. This is the situation, Colomiers, 2 forwards down. This is where maybe if you do have a trick in the pocket, like the non-contest. By non-contest, if they don't go and touch the Brive team when they form them all, Brive can't advance.
Pimienta, former Colomiers player, one of 5 in the Brive team tonight. Gritty, crowd didn't like that. Has Cooney knocked that on? I still haven't worked out exactly what position John Cooney's playing.
Let's see what happened there. The crowd were a bit incensed. They weren't happy at all, were they? Was there any reason for their anger? I don't think he can change direction too much there.
Asadchuk. Yeah. I mean... Okay.
Yeah, I think maybe dropped his shoulder, but I don't know. What could he have done to get out of the way?
Was that for that?
I think so. Where the ball landed.
Okay.
Ok, joueur blanc qui vient se mettre dans l'axe de la course de l'ailier
Now
nord.
we're going to see a more, I think.
But bearing in mind where he took the kick from, I'm not sure that is what the penalty was given for. Oh, and it's where it landed, isn't it? Okay. He's had a good game, so I'll go with it. Can Brive. Oh, it's only tap back. Fresnel to Driddy, who's over this time. Not through them all. The man who just earned the penalty to get them into the corner adds to his try tally. 6 now this season. He scored 1 in his last game in round 10 against Mont-de-Marsan. Fresnel shrugs off 1 tackle, offload off the deck. That was Fresnel's try, wasn't it? Watch his. If you get to see Fresnel's celebration, have a look at it. Never seen a prop get up off the deck so fast. We're not going to see it.
Yeah, normally he stays on the floor for ages after a tackle. Was he celebrating, was he?
Yeah, he bounced straight back up and did the full football fist pump jump in the air.
Ok, les 2 jaunes en même temps. Ok.
Both the yellows are coming back on.
Ok, merci.
Importantly for Brive, that means they're back in try bonus point territory. Shilcock. His work for Movember's nearly done. His goal kicks tonight haven't been
Retour des 2 cartons jaunes.
at the top level. That one from the touchline, admittedly.
Et les 4? Non, jamais.
Timu, Serrano,
Et le 4?
Miles Edwards, all back on. 2 yellow cards. Return to the field and some changes.
Yeah, they've really missed that physicality those players can bring.
C'est bon, Clément? Reprise.
He's been a good player, Adelaide. I've been impressed with him.
Only 23, young guy, signed from Bourgoin, so in the National Leagues. Ray Nutu. He's been busy since he's been on the field. Lovely step. Oh, I thought he was going to slide all the way to the line. Oh, Miles Edwards with the try straight on the field and over the line. And again, this is why I love this bonus point system they have in France. That's taken the 5th point away from Brive. We're going to have to go and fight for it again.
Did he lose the ball here at all? No, he didn't.
Bobbled backwards. Miles Edwards, yeah, end of the ball on the line.
Wow, that was lightning. Nu's such a strong, balanced runner, isn't he? If you don't get a good shoulder position, and that tackler there was around the hip height, didn't get a good grip on his legs, no chance. Rode through the tackle, sidestep Bosch. Nearly made it all the way to the line himself.
And here we go. We've got 14 minutes to go. It's 15 against 15. It's 12 points the difference. So there's everything to play for now. Colomiers 7 points away from a defensive bonus point. Brive need to score a try again to get the full 5 points. But they might be thinking at this point they just need to win. With the recent form of Brive, 1 win in just 5 games.
Oof, yeah, you saw again. Retief Marais is going to be really disappointed with that tackle Techers.
Oh,
mate.
Disappointed with the restart Techers there. Timu's
Timu as well. Money for
Timu
broke
as
for
well.
someone
What
like
are the
that.
players?
The perfect guy to carry up for you. A little bit go forward, easy exit out the back.
We'll blame it on the fog, Caleb.
J'ai entendu. Si j'entends, je fais quelque chose. Là, je suis loin. Ouais, 9, s'il vous plaît. Merci.
Yeah, I do wonder about the psychology of Brive. They'll know that they're the most expensively assembled squad. They'll know everything that's going on behind the scenes with the coaches. They'll know the expectation. And 1 win in 5. What would have been going on behind the scenes, do you think, with that group?
Honestly, with the rugby situation, when the coaching's not right, the players are never happy. Sometimes players can blame coaches, and it's not their fault. But I mean, this time they've acted on it, and another coaching change-up. Hopefully, you'll see the players react. They've had a pretty limited game plan tonight, but it's been effective, kind of.
Scrum was a bit more of a fair contest, certainly than the last one. The Argentine international Francisco Correa Marchetti, another one of the changes on the field. Penalty
was
for
there a net roll
Colomiers.
before?
Vous amenez les
Sacha-
joueurs et vous les retournez volontairement. 19.
Yeah, Sacha Guy has tends to give away penalties
Accrochage du haut
unnecessarily.
19 qui amène des joueurs trop
Well, he
loin
got an
et qui les
orange
retiennent.
card a couple
I
of
think
weeks
when
ago.
he's cleaning a player out, he took him down way beyond the ruck. Held him there for a while. I think what Brive have to think about is it's Van they're shooting for. To win that final, you're going to have to beat Van, I think. Aix Provence still haven't proved themselves. Colomiers, they're looking all right, aren't they? But still, physically, power-wise, have they got it? Of those 5 teams with the biggest budgets we talked about, Van are by far and away the best. They're the team to beat.
Ah, je veux un couloir clair. Qui relaye? Vous? Qui relaye? Vous?
Yeah, he's just checking who's the guy outside the lineup, the +1. Colomiers messing around, they're not sure who's who.
Reprise. Je.
Again, straight to the front. Nuu hit hard, but he manages to ride the tackle, set it up for another phase. Again in this middle third of the field, but chasing the game. What do? The nudge over the top. Could pay off. It's gathered by Parpagiola. And again, it's the crossfield kick. Giral pulling strings to Jeremy Béchu. Those edge forwards getting on the end of some kicks at the minute. It's working for them. Is Giral thinking of a hat-trick of kicks on this in this move? It comes to him. Out to Timu. Space is opening up. There's some urgency with Colomiers right now. This could yet be an interesting end to the game. Giral ordering his troops about. Timu back in, out the back. Oh, they went for the second lift. Was that a deliberate knock-on from Shilcock?
Pour moi, pénalité, j'ai pas de déséquilibre, c'est équilibré.
It's in front of the posts, but they're 12 behind.
Pardon, moi aider.
He's going for the 3. Get to 18, get a try, get
You've got to
a
score
bonus point.
You've really got to score a try anyway to get the losing bonus.
Yeah, Colomiers played some lovely rugby with 13 to score that incredible try, and there was one of the best sequences in attack we've seen in the game. When they play like that, they're much more irresistible, but obviously every pass has to be correct, the presentation has to be right at ruck time. Players, like you saw, seeing the opportunity to pick and go straight through that ruck, that's where French play can really be different, when they can accelerate like that. And it was really good to watch. And again, for a team that's less powerful, it's how you have to play. Speed, accelerate at the right moment. You can't just go battling one-on-one with these physical specimens they have in front.
Well, we can debate the decision, but it's gone over. Colomiers within 9 points. Still need 4 for the losing bonus points. So a try or 2 kicks still needed. They've got 10 minutes to do it. There's time, and they've really turned things around after a wobbly middle 15-20 minutes of the game. And they've got bodies on the field that are winning the collision now in the way that they were when Brive were overpowering them. Miles Edwards is on, Caleb Timu is on, Ray Nutu is on. And actually with the replacements, except for that first scrum, the impetus has kind of gone out of Brive's play.
Sacha Guy, poor hands there. Passing straight into touch. They said it was touch. I don't think it was. I think he just passed it straight in.
Oui, pour vous. Ah, je dis toucher pour pas qu'il la joue rapidement.
It's a 5-man line out with the +1. This looks like they're shaping for a maul.
Ouais, voilà, là, restez là. Permutation de relayeur, je.
Scrum half was in the line out. Giral to the air again. It's worked in the last 5-10 minutes. Couple of meters too long.
Plaquage blanc, on lâche. On lâche. Voilà, non, non, derrière.
8 minutes to go. What can Brive do? One more try will get them really valuable extra point. Looked like they had that in the bag.
Jouez là, noir. Derrière.
Wow, it must be so difficult in that fog with wet ball. Catching these high balls.
Arrête du temps.
Been really impressed with Théo Giraud. Not his moment there.
C'est votre commentaire. Pardon?
Yeah, he does look like a tidy player. I mean, yes, that moment there wasn't good. It was a pretty simple high ball to take. I know with the fog and the wet ball, that's always going to be more difficult than normal. But really, most pro players should be able to take
On the
over
flip
kicks.
side, Joe, on the flip side, Joe, I like Jamie Shilcock a lot. He was fantastic at Leicester last year.
Yeah, he's
really good
a
at
real
Worcester.
tidy player, isn't he?
He is a tidy player. Maybe, I don't know. He's been the guy with the number 10 jersey these last 5 games when they lost 4 of them. And that's not a criticism of Jamie Shilcock, but just looking tonight, I'm not sure he's bossing the team. But then again, is that more that the team don't know exactly what their identity is?
Yeah, I think it's pretty more that. I mean, having him in the team, it's quite a good pressure. Again, he can do a pressure game. He was at Leicester, wasn't he? He had to. But he's also capable of attacking the line quite well. So if you had a team geared up around him to do that, it'd be fantastic. But Brive are not in the place where, as you can see, they can create opportunities for him to run at big spaces or people to run off him to create those big spaces. So, yeah, attacking wise. We haven't seen that much from him tonight, have we?
No, and actually, I think in the fly half position right now, it's John Cooney.
Yeah, he's played a fair bit there.
Yeah, he's played a fair bit there for Ulster. They've stood Jamie Shilcock to the left of the scrum and carrying it in. Lift at the line. Boudou, nowhere to go. Piamenti fails him out, penalty advantage.
Avantage pénalité.
Free ball, they're going for it.
Gardez la marque, Ludo, s'il te plaît.
Oof.
Le plaquage est bon.
Ragdoll.
Nice shot in the ribs from an old teammate.
Yeah.
16. Hors-jeu en bordure de
So, we're going to see another maul, do you think?
We're going to see another maul. Are we going to see another try? 3 maul tries so far, one of them a penalty try. Trying to remember what the other try was. Oh, Driddy. From a maul.
Which was after a maul.
After they illegally collapsed the maul.
Ouch.
Yeah, you'll feel that one tomorrow.
The 72-year-old, two players are 72 years old, added up. 36 still playing, incredible, isn't it?
I know. Playing at that level. Mind you, Ma Nonu in top 14, 43.
Yeah, but in terms of jackling, mauling and rucking, I doubt Ma Nonu's got quite the same kilometres under the clock that Courts has, or Coletta for that matter.
I feel like I should know who that is, Joe.
I'm not sure. It's one of the Colomiers coaches, I think.
Yeah, I'm going to take a hazard line out coach. Is line out coach a thing? Do they have like such specialists?
Yeah, they're specialist coaches often. Sometimes you have a forwards coach who does multiple things, including the line out. It's a little bit different to England in how they divvy out the jobs sometimes.
Colomiers, can they claw their way back into this one? Can they get themselves a losing bonus point? Will maybe set up a grandstand finish if they can use this. Ray New's footwork wasn't working that time. Oh, a little goosey from Miles Edwards. Loving that. Girald's got a hole.
Oh, unlucky. I'd like to see that step again.
There's some footwork all over the shop. Kerwin Bosch now. Get these boys on Strictly Come Dancing. A kick from a prop as well. It's gone mad, this game. Nearly a 50-22 as well.
Who kicked that? Was it a prop? The one
I
before?
don't think that kick was from a prop. There was a kick from a prop a moment before. That was a crazy sequence.
Yeah, that step was amazing.
Two Brive players tackling each other.
Yeah. And then a little banana into touch. Nice.
Do they do the same? Is it the same in France where they'll give the man of the match award to a winning player? Because I think Theo Giral.
Yeah, it's been phenomenal. I think
really good.
Inevitably it's one of the winning team.
Have a think about who you would give it to, and then we'll see if it matches with our friends at Canal+.
Vous êtes relayeur. Donc vous à 2 mètres et vous rentrez. On y va, reprise.
Coletta had a busy game when he was on.
Yeah, Courts did a fair few things.
Courts always did have a good game.
Okay, allez, noir.
Did De Silva score 2 tries in the end? They sometimes just give a scoring try.
Yeah, 2 tries and then robbed of a third.
Old buddies, I'm guessing.
Jan Pesson, another former Colomiers player, coming on for Erwan Driddy.
Yeah, going on the wing.
This will be interesting. Pesson is running to the wing as well.
Ooh.
Over the top.
Oh, nice move.
Straight at Caleb Team's knee as well. From Brive's point of view, is it now about trying to go searching for that extra try? They're 9 points clear. They should win regardless, so they can chance their arm. Both teams, there's a point on the line if they can score a try. Brive, though, just want territory first.
Man, this fog's getting a pea super, isn't it?
Isn't it? This game is getting loose. Odazchuk. Will this bounce his way? Not this time.
Going to hold him up. I think he's locked him down.
Some more.
I love the coaches just shouting. If I was a referee, I'd just turn around and go, lads, come on. I'm not an idiot.
Ah, pas vite. 10, je vous dis 2 fois on vient pousser, 10.
So Shilcock got penalised there.
2 fois qu'il vient pousser.
For...
He was pushing someone twice. I'm not sure who. Oh, what happened there?
Oh, where have we gone?
This is strange, guys.
The shot of a woman in a beret in the crowd was enough to take the feed down.
Yeah. Well, there we go.
Oh,
So
we're
it's back.
Shilcock
Slightly around his neck.
Yeah, he's trying to get his knee to the deck.
I think he pushed the player who was holding him up twice.
Yeah.
The referee had told him to stop. Probably
They
didn't
go for the
understand
tail.
it. Ooh. That was well sacked.
Yeah, it was well sacked. First man took them all down. Jeremy Beshu, time is up. It's not going to be a win for Colomiers, but it could be a point.
Penalty. Brive are going to have one more go, I think.
Do that, will they? This will be interesting to see.
They should do. They can't lose. They can't lose. They can get a bonus point. Kick to touch. Launch play. That would be a special moment.
And just again, the bonus point system in France. I love it. Because 4 tries.
It gives you this kind of thing, isn't it?
Yeah, with this kind of, it's exactly for this. 4 tries, they would have just kicked that out, game over. But the last 5 minutes have been 2 teams with an incentive to go and score.
He's telling him to go and warm up the office, get ready, get the beers out, celebrate.
Exactly
Maul
what
it.
vintage of Reddy wanted. Oh, is there a sting in the tail for
They
Colomiers?
coughed it up.
Oh, he can't
and
end
it
on
might be
that.
in because the referee. Surely they can carry on the play here.
Non, non, je peux pas arrêter le match comme ça, c'est moi.
So he can't stop the game because he was the one the ball hit. So he's going to allow him to play the scrum. The scrum has been getting absolutely piled, so Colomiers can't be too excited about this.
Ah, c'était juste le ballon, ok.
Yeah, bonus points are awesome, aren't they? Look how excited the guys are on the sideline. They just want that bonus, defensive bonus. Colomiers get that, it'd feel like a win. It would feel like a win. They just get over the try line.
The steam rising off the scrum, the fog all around the ground. Timu feeds Diaz. It goes wide through Giral. Through Adazchuk. Scrum half has to get in there just to win the ball. Timu's isolated.
Oh, that was the
And what are
worst.
Brive going to do? They're going to play.
Damn right they are. Come on, go. Sneaky pick.
How much extra free rugby can we get?
Avantage terminé sur un avant, j'ai dit non.
So the advantage is over for the forward. For the knock on.
Jeu au buste.
Some shots. Brive still trying. There's no danger of them not getting 4 points. They want 5. Ooh. You can hear the contact. Sadrugu. There's some spaces on the edge. Kerwin Bosch to Piamenti.
Was that high?
Arrêt du temps, Laura, je vais faire un appel vidéo de suite.
I think he caught him on the chin.
Ouais, j'ai arrêté le temps. Laurent, je vais faire un appel vidéo de suite. Je vais revoir le plaquage du 12 blanc. Pour moi, j'ai un
An old
clair contact
teammate.
de tête du 12 blanc.
Obviously, I don't think he meant to do it, but I think you'll see him catch him clean. Yeah. Yellow card at least. Because he's sidestepping at the time. They'll probably lower that from a red. In fact, he's trying to get lower. Bent a bit.
On passe tous les angles, Laurent.
Might
tu me dis
take it
qu'on
away
a
from a
tous les
red,
angles.
but catching him clean on the head to head, is
Does
not
it matter
a
at
good
this
look.
point in the game? He's not going to come back on, so just
Yeah, just get him off as quickly as
Je
possible.
pense
play.
qu'on va garder celui-là. Tu me dis qu'on a tout vu, mais on reviendra sur cet angle-là.
That looks bad, that one.
On a vu tous les angles, remets-moi celui-là. Ok, parfait. Fais-moi un arrêt sur l'image et garde-moi cet angle. On a vu tous les angles, Laura. Ok, donc là, ça, c'est le meilleur angle pour moi. Donc, je vais vous dire ce que je vois. J'ai un contact à la tête. C'est du jeu déloyal parce que le 12 blanc est haut et peut faire mieux. J'ai un degré de danger qui est élevé. Par contre, j'ai un clair changement de direction. J'ai un step intérieur
Yes,
du
he's
joueur
talking
noir.
about the
Ok, il
clear
bloque
change in
clairement son
direction.
appui pour partir vers l'intérieur alors que le 12 blanc est en train de glisser. Est-ce que vous êtes
And
d'accord
the
avec les
12
faits?
slipping as a result.
Donc pour moi,
Might lower it down
contact
to
à la
yellow.
tête, jeu déloyal, degré de danger élevé. Par contre, j'ai un clair facteur atténuant
That's
avec
quite
ce changement de
empathetic
direction, donc je
refereeing,
vais
I
sur
think.
carton jaune. De rouge, je descends à
Yeah,
jaune.
yellow card.
Ok, j'ai une décision. Ah, vous êtes orange, vous cherchez capitaine.
So he's done himself more damage.
That was in the Stade de France in that game against South Africa. That probably would have been a red. I quite like this.
Maybe. I think the fact is, when you've got that much space, you've got to stay high until the last second. I think it's clumsy. It's clumsy more than anything.
Yeah, and what the referees identified is that it's a really fast-moving game, and Piamenti did step at the last second. You could kind of see the turf.
Yeah, but it's also like if that was him running straight at him and he's going to make the tackle, then you catch him in the head. That's different. Different to the situation we just had. And still, people have to improve their tackle techers.
So they call it quits now.
Like, you know, they can kick this for touch. They're going to have a launch, probably a maul, around the 22. Yellow card. We could be on. We could be on here for a
Colomiers.
5. I think we're on 5. Yeah. No, maybe 4.
Enough. Colomiers have played the equivalent of half a game. A man down, well, some of it at 13. What'd you do here, Joe? Another maul?
Maul.
Yeah. Maul them to death.
Nothing else has worked for them tonight.
Yeah, it has been the difference between the two teams, isn't it? Power and general Fraser, he can play a bit.
He's a powerful ball carrier, got speed, side steps, uses his body weight.
Voodoo.
Sit down.
Yes, that was Ray Nutu who he sat down. Not many people do that. Keeping it narrow. Low risk. The try bonus point is not going to go Brive's way.
Got right
is
the way
finally,
there.
after 85 minutes, is the end of this one.
Ricard, spanner in the works, literally. I weren't expecting he was in the way. Knock on to finish the game. Shame we saw some amazing sequences tonight, even in the fog and cold. Got a bit messy towards the end, but an entertaining match nevertheless.
Yeah, Colomiers, they looked like they were going to be hammered at one point. Showed a lot of.
This is not normal what you do with the opposition at the end of the game. Coletta did play for Colomiers for many years.
He was the captain of these guys he's playing against last year.
Obviously, look how respected he is, huh?
Yeah, that's lovely.
He's getting kissed and hugged more than his birthday. And Gautier, that was a bit more intimate, that one.
But Lucas da Silva, 2 tries. Penalty try as well. It was the maul that made the difference. Two good teams. Brive,
two bad haircuts.
Yeah, good teams, questionable haircuts. How much improvement did you see in Brive? Did you see any?
I think for them initially it's going to be about motivation. It's going to be about getting off the floor quicker than the opposition. It's going to be about working hard as a team, because when you're not happy, when things aren't going right, or you feel like you've been poorly coached or managed, no one's talking to you, no one's hearing what you got to say as a group, then the motivation can start to wane. And as soon as that goes, the rugby team's absolutely screwed, for want of a better phrase. Now, if they can make sure they get that motivation back so the team feels heard, they feel like they're doing at least some of what they want to do, then that motivation will start to come back in. Now, behind that, in terms of rugby-wise, obviously they've got scrum, maul. They've had that last year as well. Some of the kicking's good with Cooney, Shilcock, the guys can do that very well. It's just they're difficult. They find it difficult to accelerate the play at the right moments when they do get opportunities after a really well done kick or a turnover. Also in attack, we've seen again tonight, Colomiers dealt with them easily. I think to go anywhere this year, to beat Van especially, you're going to have to score points. And that's where they look like they're having issues.
Yeah, the respect of Coletta from his old teammates, and pretty amazing.
Yeah, it's awesome, isn't it? That's good about rugby. When you play with someone for many years, someone like Coletta, who was a dog as well, the respect he has is incredible. Right, here we go.
Ouais, bien sûr, on a des regrets ce soir parce que
yeah, we've got regrets about not getting any points tonight.
On a la possession, sauf qu'on concrétise
we had
pas,
enough possession.
comme contre les grosses équipes qu'on a affrontées, que ça soit
whenever we play
Van,
the big équipes, the big teams,
quand on bute contre mur,
we're in the wrestle, in the
on
fight.
sort le match compliqué, voilà, on n'arrive pas à franchir ces
Yeah, it was a
rideaux
complicated
défensifs.
game.
Donc voilà, nous de
We didn't make many line breaks on their defense line.
D'améliorer aussi nos attitudes offensives. Pour essayer d'avancer petit à petit.
Yeah, we've got to improve our offensive attitudes, our attack attitudes.
Puis on sort avec 0 point à la mi-temps. En seconde mi-temps, on tire
And
un peu plus
especially in the first half, every time we got there 22, we came away with nothing.
Le retard, il était trop important.
On vous laisse aller vous réchauffer. Merci Thomas pour ces réponses.
Another hug.
Anthony Coletta, merci de vous arrêter à notre micro. Anthony, on a senti ce soir, on a vu beaucoup de choses. Un jeu séduisant et par moments un peu de fébrilité. Vous, en tant que capitaine, comment vous jugez cette victoire?
Ben non, mais moi déjà je suis content de la victoire tout simplement, comme tu as dit. Après la première mi-temps, elle était intéressante pour nous parce qu'on a réussi à marquer, même si je crois qu'on
So I'm happy what happened. The first half was success for us because we scored.
On est quand même dans le match. Après deuxième mi-temps un peu plus mitigé.
So the second half wasn't quite as efficient as the first.
Bon après ils jouent bien, ils vont se les peler les Colomiers.
They scored some tries, they played well to get them.
On a changé pas mal de choses dans notre système de jeu cette semaine. Les dernières semaines ont été
This week we've changed lots of things about how we're playing.
Voilà, je pense que par rapport à d'où on vient, faut pas trop s'enflammer,
so
faut pas être trop gourmand. Il faut prendre ce qu'il y a de bon ce soir, je pense c'est le plus important, on a besoin de ça. Et maintenant on va construire là-dessus.
The points tonight are an important thing.
C'est un vent nouveau là, malgré les ajustements. Vous sentez qu'il y a déjà un peu de changement?
Non, mais oui, il y a des grands joueurs dans cette équipe. Bon, mais Pierre-Henri, il était déjà là l'année
So
dernière.
us with all the changes, we've got some big players in this team. Pierre-Henri's now in charge.
Les nouveaux joueurs, on essaie de recruter aussi. Donc bon, voilà.
We try and recruit some new players as well.
On est des compétiteurs. Il y a des ententes autour du club. Donc voilà, nous on a envie d'être dans la réaction.
Everyone waiting to see what happens around us.
On a perdu des matchs, on a perdu contre Angoulême à la maison. Voilà, nous on a juste envie de gagner. Et on a envie de prouver que nous sommes un groupe. Ça s'est pas encore vu, mais je pense que ce soir on commence à avoir les prémices. Et voilà, moi c'est ça que je retiens le plus, c'est ce groupe. Et voilà, pour moi c'est une belle victoire ce soir.
Merci
yeah, I want to show that we're a group, we're a team. Tonight you saw some of that.
Je m'emmêle un peu les pinceaux parfois, mais je retombe sur mes pieds.
Merci.
Lovely stuff. Anthony Coletta on the winning team against his former team, and Brive moving up the table in Pro de Colomiers. Have had a tough month with losses to Van, Aix-en-Provence, and now away at Brive as well. But the show goes on, and we've got some cracking games coming your way here on FR UK. Hit subscribe. Make sure you go and check out all the other great content that is there on the channel right now. The big interviews. We saw Courtney Lawes play, and that was one of the first big interviews we had. We were at Courtney Lawes' house before we went to France. Go and check that one out. But the games that are coming up this weekend, well, this next week, I should say, is Colomiers will be at their place in the outskirts of Toulouse for the visit of Grenoble before Johnny May's Soyou-Angoulême host Agen. And Mako Ganafola and Ben Stevenson's Van head to Béziers on the 18th of December. That's how the rugby looks for the coming weeks. And a quick thanks to the supporters of the channel, our partners, Wabu TV, Jet Media, and Egg Chasers Rugby. I've heard that's quite good. Thank you very much for watching. Hit subscribe, and we will see you soon.